Take off, eh? Kick it. We are here in my second favorite city in the world, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're going to go some record shopping. I'm only going to hit the record stores I could hit on foot. I know many of you have many suggestions of all over Ontario, great record stores, but I'm just going to hit the ones off of Queen Street primarily because those are the ones I can hit on foot. All right, let's go record shopping. Alright, so my first stop was Sonic Boom in Toronto, Canada. It was my 6th time up to Toronto. Toronto was actually the first international city I ever went to. Great place. Love Toronto. It's my second favorite city behind Chicago, but it is a cleaner, more polite version of Chicago. First on the list, as you saw, was Sonic Boom, and let's see what I got for Sonic Boom. We'll start. A good record store has other stuff, you know? So I got the Degrassi Junior High. The series came out in the 80s. Mid to late 80s. I was in high school, but I was, interested in what was going on in the junior high world of the kids that day. From Canada, it played here in Chicago on a station, but I don't know why, because it's a Canadian TV show. But Degrassi High. I got season 1 and season 2. So, got some viewing pleasures out of the way. I don't know when I'll ever find time to watch Degrassi Junior High again. And then I got a Super 7's been putting out a lot of things. A lot of movie, little action figures, musician, little action figures. I kind of don't have any more toys, but this was Tim, or Lint, from Rancid. Obviously, he was in Operation Ivy before that, but I actually got to play. I was in a band that opened up for them a few shows. And one of the shows was at a skate park in Georgia. This was '94, and it was a really fun time. And if I can find the picture I took Tim from side stage, I'll throw that up right now. But it was neat seeing this band kind of exploding, because they did, when Green Day and Offspring were blowing up at that time, these guys were also blowing up, and they were really, really nice to us as a opening band. So that was good, and this kind of just will remember me of that time. Tim does not look like that anymore. He's got a beard and kind of looks like this homeless guy that they wheeling up on stage to play their songs now. But all right, so let's get to the LPs. Superchunk. This caught my eye. I believe I have this on CD, or maybe I even had it and sold it back because I thought it just wasn't. No, Superchunk is a band from North Carolina. And they are one of the best rock bands off. Now, they'll get thrown into the indie rock, alternative rock category kind of a thing, but they are just an all-out great rock and roll band. You should check them out if you haven't. A lot of people know who they are. A lot of us cool people know who Superchunk is. This is a 20th anniversary, believe it or not, of this album. Here's the Shutting Up. So yeah, I'm anxious to see and hear it. It's got added songs, some added acoustic things in there. It's on Orange Swirl vinyl, and Viner. People get mad when you call records vinyls. Boy, they got those Viners. That would not go over well. So it's got a 24 by 24 poster. I don't have any room to hang up posters, but that'd be cool. So it had a lot in with it, and maybe it's one of those albums that it's a little slower or whatever that you just need to like build up on. You saw me looking through the stacks there. One caught my eye. This is an album I've always wanted to get. I think it's cool, the artwork and stuff. Of course, it's by the classic New York punk rock band, the Ramones. It's got We Want the Airwaves. KKK took my baby away. Why are you letting the KKK take your baby away? Great song. So it came out in 81, I believe. This is their 81 release. 1981 is one of my favorite music years, so I do try to collect pretty much almost anything that came out in that year. It's got the little maple leaf on it. Canada Press there. I didn't really care if it was American or Canada Press, but having a Canada Press kind of pushed it over for me. I thought that's cool, and it was at a good price. And I went to the Rush area because you have to. It's law. If you're going to go record shopping in Canada, if you don't check out the Rush area, I think you get arrested. I think they'll just arrest you. So I had to get my Rush groove on. I had all the albums. I didn't have the big reissue of the 2112 with all the, I think it's a 3 vinyl, 4 vinyl. I have 2 versions of 2112 on vinyl. I have original, I don't know if it's the original press, but an original era press, and then a repress of it with cleaner sound, I guess. And then I have a great CD thing version of it, reissued, reproduced, remastered, reanimated, rejected, whatever. Anyway, so Permanent Waves was their 1980 release, so I bought the program. These programs were 20, and that is, like I said, about 15 to 16 US, so that is a great bargain. You look on eBay, these are like 25 plus shipping and handling at the cheapest, and so it's 1980. I can go back in time and show you some great pictures of the band Rush. I'm a big fan of Rush. They may be my favorite rock band of all time. It's hard to like have a favorite, but for sure, if I was going to say top 3, they are in there. He's got good pictures of the band way back in 80. And the cool thing is, sometimes people find things in LPs, like concert tickets, like used albums, because people that collected albums, would put stuff inside the sleeves and stuff. And I found some concert tickets, some order forms. This is some kind of like statement of somebody that won a contest from a radio station. 1 ticket to see Rush on May 21st in Buffalo, New York. Hope he had a good time. I'm assuming it's also 1980. Doesn't say the year. But he won a contest to see Rush. So maybe he did see this concert and he put this into the program, and then when he sold it back to the music store years later, why would you sell back your programs? I keep all mine. He included it. Also in there, he must have thrown this in there, was a article of the Toronto Star Today from 1980. And it has an article about Rushnet. So this, to me, I was really happy with the price. I was really happy to find a tour guide, because it's a band that I like to collect everything on. Happy to find a tour guide. And then inside this, you find a newspaper article where you could read about what was going on 1980s Toronto. That is a bonus. The last but not least thing I bought there was another Rush program, Moving Pictures. I did go to the place that this was at last time I was in Toronto. This time in Toronto, I went to the old Toronto Hall or something, which looks a lot like this, and I was like, yeah, Rush! And then I got home and realized, like, no, you idiot, you were blocks away from, there's 2 buildings that look like this in Toronto. I was at the wrong one. But thankfully, the trip before, maybe I'll run a picture here, I was at the right location. And I'm sure some Rush nerds have recreated this. I'm sure there's guys in the red jumpsuits and they've recreated this scene. I've always wanted to personally recreate every Scorpion album, like get the pincher and then the woman, and get the other woman in the limousine with the gum. That's just I'll probably not get around to it in this lifetime, but next lifetime I'm going to recreate every Scorpions album. So after Sonic Boom, I walked on over to Cosmos, and let's check out a little bit of footage of Cosmos. So yeah, some cool stuff on the walls there, some Motley Crue, Rush, first pressing of the first record there. It took a lot for me not to pull the trigger on that. Like I said, it is a band that I collect, but I'm happy with my early pressing of that album. I don't think I need like the first. I may have first pressing. I don't know. Probably not, 'cause I think the first pressing came out on, was it Moon albums or something? I don't know. But anyway, perfect example of the fact that when you collect for a long time and all that, I'm at the point where it's hard to find stuff. So I did find cool stuff at the store, but it was either stuff that I had or stuff that I really didn't want to pull the trigger on because I knew I had to fly home, so it had to be limited. But the store owner there, I remember last time I was there, I bought a few things from some heavy metal albums, and we just small talk. He's a really cool guy. He's got a great store, classical and jazz. I think also he's the one that has a lot of the Japanese import albums there. But a prime example of, you just make small talk, the guy seems cool, you just want to support the store. You don't want to walk in and walk out empty-handed. So I looked and looked and looked, and one of the bands I always look through all their stuff, obviously, Devo. And I pretty much have every Devo record. Yeah, I have that. Every time I say that, I laugh. I don't know why. They're an awesome band. They just have a good time. So this is That's Good, one of their stronger singles there. With Speed Racer and Big Mess. This is a promo for the single That's Good. I have another single for That's Good, but I don't think I have this promo. As a matter of fact, I'm positive I don't have this promo. I have a lot of their promos, but not this one. So I wanted to support, and I found a good thing there, and I bought one record. So just one out of Cosmos, but for sure, check out. I think they have 2 locations up there, but for sure, check them out. They're a great store. All right, we can see I just kept walking down Queen Street after a nice stop at the Pizza at Queen and Bathurst. I love Pizza. I love Tim Hortons. I love Pizza. If I could clone myself, my clone would live in Toronto, and he'd be able to skate a lot better because I love hockey and I play ice hockey, but I suck at skating. So he would skate better, and my clone would probably be like 10 pounds less, about 10 years younger, and single and looking to mingle. Clones. Anyway, so what the hell am I talking about? So now I'm at Kops, and I believe they have 2 locations too, but obviously I'm the one at Queen Street. They had, I looked at their punk area, their heavy metal area, and I flipped around, and it was kind of crowded in the other part, so I was just chilling in the front part. And then they had singles. Now usually singles will be like a lot of dance music and stuff like that, but you never know. In the singles, I found some good stuff. Found the punk band All, with their original singer, the guy that was sung by Down by Law, Dave Smalley. And All, of course, for those of you in the know, in the punk scene, Descendants turned into All, then he turned into Descendants, and All, then Descendants, and All, Descendants, All. All that stuff. But I like All. So it was good. So it's single for Just Perfect, the remix. Original version appears on Elroy Suggs, Cruise 001. So this came out, I don't know, 1988. Well, I was listening to a lot of heavy metal in 88. A lot of hair bands were still on my turntable in 88, so I missed out on this then, but got it now. US, I think that was just a few bucks. AC/DC is another band I try to get a lot of stuff from. Fly on the Wall, I think that's their 85 release. The song Danger from Fly on the Wall. Probably not the strongest song from probably not their strongest album, but I do like Shake Your Foundation and some other stuff off Fly Off the Wall. It's an alright song, but hey, it was a promo, and it was, like I said, just a few bucks American USD. We actually flip-flopped. Every time we go to Canada, their currency, their 1 loonie is worth more than 1 American. But this time, it's flip-flop. The payolas. I want to support, you're up there, you want to buy Rush, you want to buy, let's just throw us off. Hopefully the glare won't get it. There we go, where's glare? So, you want to buy Triumph, the bands from Canada. You want to support Canadian bands when you're up in Canada. Payolas were a band from, I think, the Vancouver area. And this song, Eyes of a Stranger, was on the Valley Girl soundtrack. So I love Valley Girl, the movie. The actress, forget her name, had a big crush on her. I like the whole story. Nick Cage, is a punk rocker, but he gets this cute girl. That's the story of my life. Kind of a homely looking punk rocker dude, but I do have a pretty girl. And that's what life is all about. So the Payolas, Eyes of a Stranger. I think I want to find that full length eventually, but it always escapes me on there. So like I said, I looked in the punk section. You can tell I did, because this is punk. You have to tell people what kind of music they're buying there. And this is the Misfits, but not with Glenn Danzig. This is, I think Jerry only sings this album here. Not a big fan of his style of singing. It's almost too clean. But it's pretty good. Produced by Jerry only as well. I mean, he's a good singer. It's just, for me, I want a little bit of scratchiness or a little, I don't know. But anyway, the songs are Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Laser Eye, and Mad Monster Party. Looks like it came all around 2016. I'm happy with it. It's nice. It's nice. That's a way of saying you don't like it as much as the older stuff. Well, yeah. It's nice. Oh, it was a fun date. Stuff like that. You use that tone when you're saying, it was alright. So, looked on the wall, saw one of the holy grails I thought I would never see or be able to purchase. A little band from California called Jawbreaker. The punk rock scene knows them big time because when Green Day was big before they went to a big label and became huge, you knew your Green Day, you knew your Jawbreaker, you knew your Operation Ivy, you knew certain bands that were just going to kind of blow up, right? And so Green Day blew up in '94. They, put out the big label album, huge. Feeding Frenzy, obviously. Bands, like I said, like Offspring and all that, they got in there. Now, some bands, like, let's say, I think Sam I Am went to a big label. I know Smoke and Post went to a big label. Jawbox went to a big label. These bands that on the indie circuit, where you're thinking, oh, they're also going to blow up like Green Day. And then they just, for some reason, they did it. It's hard. It's hard to be a band. It's hard to stay in a band. It's really hard if you want to go that route, get signed by a big label, and then once you're on the big label, it's hard to actually be the band that they're actually going to push and try really hard for, and then the public's ears just have to be set for that sound. They were set for Green Day, the poppy hooks and all that. For some reason, they weren't set for Jawbreaker, and they were huge in the independent scene, but they pissed off a lot of the punk people and all that. At the time, I really wasn't eager to support a big label. I thought, they're all tied with corporations and stuff. This is what we're talking about, 95 now. And so, but my friend Pete had it on CD, so he put it on tape for me, and I liked it. They took a lot of heat for it. It was a little slower than their previous releases, a little more cleaned up than their previous releases. You can actually hear the singer Blake sing more. He loves Psychedelic Furs, and you could tell that's kind of his style that he sings in. They are a great band, and this is a great album. I thought it then, and I think it now. So I never had it on vinyl, because, like I said, didn't want to support anything like that. So they reissued it not too long ago, and I bought the reissue. And I had that on vinyl, and I knew they came out with an original vinyl way back in the day, but I just figured, I'm probably not going to see it. I know they probably didn't press a lot because it was at a time that CDs were the big thing. And it kind of, I don't know if it officially flopped, but it certainly didn't push them into the stratosphere that Green Day was and all that. And then they broke up soon after it. But it's on marble blue vinyl. The album is called Dear You. Got a little jackass in the front, jackass in the back. Whoa! I'm working here. It's produced by Rob Cavallo, which is the guy who did Green Day. If they would have put Boxcar on this, maybe clean that up and push that, had a nice little video on that, I think they would have broke it a lot bigger, but they didn't include that song. A lot of these songs are kind of like more moodier and I guess slower and stuff, and so it takes a while to really appreciate, but I think this is a phenomenal album. I got it. It was 100 Canadian, which is 80 US. I think I got a good deal on it. It's got the little cutout thing, but I don't care. It's got the inner sleeve. It's blue marble. I have the reissue, so I don't have to play this as much, but I did play it. It sounds really nice, and it took me back to the time of listening to the music that people had taped me on a cassette because I wasn't supporting major labels. I'm grown up. I don't care. I'm making YouTube videos in my basement. Like, I'm going to say ethically. What ethics do I have now? Anyway, so yeah, Canada, you were good to me. Got a Holy Grail off my list. I got some other singles that I really like. Thank you for Toronto, and thank you for watching.